Good YouTube, it's your boy Jayden. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about how putting extra effort into women when you do cold approach is going to help you get results, and how that often is the main thing holding you back from getting results. And I know there's a lot of contradictory advice. There's a lot of advice about playing it cool. There's a lot of advice about not putting extra effort. There's a lot of advice about not caring and, being carefree and not giving a shit and being like, yeah, maybe I can meet this girl today or not, and all that kind of stuff, okay? And so I know that a lot of guys are autistic and they have trouble assimilating the different kind of information that come, okay? It takes critical thinking and understanding. I'm not saying you're dumb. I'm just saying it takes sometimes a perspective that is based on experience to be able to assimilate information well. And so I'm saying a lot of you guys are not that experienced. I'm not saying you're dumb. I'm saying a lot of you guys are not that experienced, okay? And because you're not that experienced, you're not able to if somebody says, hey, play it cool, or hey, just be yourself, or, don't try so hard, you're just going to be the guy that's in the corner not doing anything, okay? And so you will take the advice the wrong way. And so here today, I will break it down for you in this context, and the context is cold approach, okay? And so in cold approach, I think it's very important to put extra effort into women, to go a little bit out of your way when you first meet a woman, to establish more of a premise between you both so that she then can and want to continue spending time with you, okay? I have seen in my personal life and in many of my clients' lives and in many of my friends' lives, and with the women that we did a little extra in the beginning, they more often wanted to come spend time with us again and hook up and hang out and be our girlfriends, etc., etc. Men forget that women love effort, okay? There's nothing a woman loves as much as effort, okay? They love effort, okay? And so where does the other advice contradict what I'm currently saying, okay? And I will tell you how to make the extra effort and all that kind of stuff. This is going to be a really juicy video, guys, okay? And so let's talk about the counter advice, okay? Don't put a lot of effort into women. Don't place so much importance on women. Don't try so hard, etc., right? Okay? And so this advice has its place in social circle. When you're at school, when you're at work, when, let's say I invite you out to a nightclub. Let's say I'm getting a table, okay? And I invite you, the viewer, out to a nightclub, and I'm bringing 6, 5, 7, 8 different chicks, okay? I don't want you to try so hard because you're going to make me look bad. You're going to make yourself look bad, and you're going to turn off all the women. They're all going to be like, what the fuck? We're all hanging out. We're all chilling together. And this guy's on us, or this guy's trying to do some extra thing. We just want you to chill, okay? And so in many of these social circle environments, school, work, friends, barbecues on Sundays, etc., it's more about chilling, relaxing, not talking to all the girls in the environment, not trying to go as far as you can, just striking up conversations with the women and seeing who's interested in you and who you're interested in, okay, at a slower, more relaxed pace. And then you can take it from there, maybe continue doing something another day, okay? But in cold approach, when you're on the street, okay, you're in a shopping mall, you're in the city center, or you're at a club, you don't know anybody except your one wingman or two wingmen, okay? The girls don't know you. They've never seen you before. It's cold. You have nothing in common. Okay? Oftentimes, what bridges a woman that's unknown, that you're not having a result with, to a woman that is your girlfriend, is the effort that you put into her in the moment, which has created more time together. Okay? And so you want to get to a point where you're spending enough time with the women so that they then can find more common points, find more things about you that makes them interested in seeing you another day, or even maybe going home with you that night. And so let's break it down. There's one thing I don't want any of you guys to ever do, okay? And I tell my clients, like, don't become this type of guy. Don't become the guy that is the number bandit, okay? What is the number bandit? The number bandit, okay, is the kind of guy who, walks around, talks to a bunch of girls and collects numbers or Instagrams, then goes home and tries to work all the leads, okay? It is a strategy, it can work, but you're missing a big point. The big point is this. There's a lot of women who are available right now, okay? There's a lot of women whom, they're doing nothing. They're just going, down to the supermarket, or they're just taking a walk on the street, or, they just went to the beach to lay on their blanket and do nothing, okay? And so you're missing out on all these women that have nothing to do, or had some bullshit plan like, hey, I'm just gonna go to like a bookstore, look at some books and don't buy anything. Okay, that's called window shopping. So a lot of women, they just do window shopping. They just go around, they look at stuff. Like, they're not really doing anything. And so what I want you, the viewer, okay, or if you're my client, okay, but let's say now the viewer, what I want you to do is whenever you start a conversation, you strike up a conversation, I want you to explore if it's possible for you guys to do something then and there. So you might say, hey, let's grab a coffee right now. Okay, if it's in the middle of the day. If it's in the evening, it can be, hey, let's grab a drink right now, or something like that. Okay, try to explore the option of going somewhere. Or what I did with my current girlfriend, okay, she was unavailable in the moment to do something. I said, hey, let me walk you to your bus. I asked her first, where are you going? She said, I'm going to my bus. Hey, let me walk you to your bus. So I did that little extra effort, okay? Okay? And again, if a girl is free, then you go on a what is called an instant date. Okay, so you might go have coffee and spend another 30 minutes together, another 45 minutes together. Maybe you both lose track of time and you end up spending hours together. Okay, maybe you end up even going home together. It's happened to me. I went to the beach, talked to girls, ended up spending hours with them, went back to my place, hooked up, have fun. Okay, that is very, very rare. Okay, it doesn't happen often, but it happened because I first explored doing something more with them. They agreed. We lost track of time. The vibe was good. I invited them back to my place because why not? And then things happen, okay? But the best case scenario, okay, which is a more common scenario, is that you end up just going out and having one drink and then walking her to the bus, or having one coffee and then, walking her to the metro, or, or just saying goodbye. But you've spent an extra 20 minutes, an extra 30 minutes, an extra 45 minutes, an extra even 15 minutes. Maybe you take a takeaway coffee and you walk her to her office, and then you give her a big hug and say, hey, thanks for the walk. Hope to see you again soon. Let's chat in a couple days. You know what I'm saying? That's much better than just taking a fucking number and just fucking off into the ether, and then going home and working down your list of like 25 numbers, like, hey, what's up? Like, you're just another guy in their phone book, okay? Just another guy on Instagram, okay? And so why you want to spend extra time is you want to find you want to have extra time to be able to separate yourself from other guys. So during that extra time, you can flirt more, you can joke more, you can laugh more, you can, maybe I had this girl that she told me, I wasn't that interested in you in the beginning because I asked her on an instant date. And, she just agreed because she didn't have anything to do. And this was like 6 years ago. And for some reason, in the moment, I brought up like star signs, okay? I don't know why. It just like somehow, I'm like, I'd read the horoscope or some bullshit, I don't care about star signs. But I just brought it up in the moment, right? I think it's complete BS, but I just said it in the moment. And she was like, her eyes just lit up, and she was like, what star sign are you? And I'm like, I'm Leo, I guess. And she was, holy shit. And then she was like going into this fucking vortex thing, and then she was like super excited to see me again. And then we actually ended up hooking up for like I think a month or two. And her thing was like, we fit so well together because you're a Leo. Oh, we fit. And she like constantly like came back to this thing. It didn't mean much to me, but you get the point. If I didn't take her on an instant date and drink, I think she drank a beer, I had a coffee, you know what I mean? And then like we didn't stumble upon that one piece of information, probably we would never have seen each other again, because she expressly told me that her interest level was kind of so-and-so. And then once we started to connect more on the topics that she liked, that was important to her, boom, she wanted to meet, she wanted to hang out, and I became somebody who was important for her for 1 or 2 months or however long we saw each other. You guys get my point? Okay, so you want to like carve out time to be able to hit those points, okay? And sometimes it's random. Sometimes you'll hit a point that's very, very important for her, like a topic you talk about, or your worldview, or the way you see life, etc., etc. And so when you do cold approach, it's not the time to play cool. It's the time to explore, okay? Especially, you know, if you're getting also, I mean, age is a big thing. But you can do this in all ages, okay? Especially if you're like a guy who's like over 27, 28, I'm 30, you know, now you're going to play it cool and all that kind of stuff. Like, who's got time for that? And if you try to be too important, it's not going to make sense for the women. You're a stranger for them. If you're an important stranger, it doesn't increase your chances of her liking you more. However, if you're in a social circle and a woman figures out from watching people around you, how people interact with you, how you interact with people, who your friends are, she can kind of, women are very good at figuring out your status, okay? She can figure, oh, this is a high status man. This is a well-connected man. This is a man who people love, whom people respect, okay? And then if you're chilling in a social circle situation, you're playing it cool, not playing it cool, but you're actually legit relaxing and just spreading good energy and taking conversation as they come, and not, being trying to put any extra effort into a woman, then it's gonna really fit for that type of environment, okay? But when you're walking down the street in broad daylight and you're talking to a chick you never met in your life, this is the time to be creative, okay? I'm gonna say it again. This is the time to be creative. I'm gonna say it again. This is time to be creative. So you have to come up with creative ways for you to spend more time with the woman, okay? And then much later, okay, she's gonna reciprocate that energy and come up with creative ways to spend time with you, okay? So much later, when you're, texting her to set up the second date, right? Because if you spent more time with her, maybe you had a coffee with her, you had a drink with her, you're like, hey, I'm a gentleman, let me walk you to your bus, whatever. To you, it might not mean anything. Like, for me to spend extra time with a woman, it doesn't really mean anything, okay? I took a walk with a chick. It's not that big of a deal. But women remember these stuff, okay? These kind of things, okay? And so, for example, one of the things that I asked my girlfriend, because I walked her to her bus, as I told you. And then the next day, she texted me first. So I'd actually forgotten all about her, because after that, I got pretty drunk. I went to a party. I tried to, meet other girls. I woke up hungover the next day. I felt sick. Like, I wasn't thinking about her, okay? And the next day, she hit me up. Hey, what's up? And she started a conversation. I picked it up, and we met the same night for our first date. And I asked her, like, hey, what sparked the interest, like, much later, for you to come out with me on a date, for you to spend time with me, for you to, what was it? What was it about my approach or whatever? I always ask women these type of questions. And she said because I felt like you were such a gentleman. And I was like, what do you mean I was such a gentleman? Like, it didn't make sense to me. And she's like, yeah, but you know, you walked me to my bus, and you said, hey, I'm a gentleman. I'm a gentleman. What did I say? I said, see, I forgot myself, because it doesn't matter, right? But I said something along the lines of, hey, I'm a gentleman. Let me walk you to your bus. Make sure you get, home safe. All right. You know what I'm saying? And then I walked her there, left her at the bus, but the bus didn't come instantly. It took another 20 minutes. So I got more time to talk to her, got more time to get to know her. And this is why she wanted to come out and see me again. Makes sense. And also, last thing I want to mention, because I'm running out of battery. I hope, please, God, don't let me run out of battery before this video ends. Last thing I want to say is this. If you spend extra time with that girl, that also gives you leverage. Because maybe you have a coffee with the girl. Maybe you keep talking to her. And then you think to yourself, I don't even want to meet this girl. You know what I'm saying? And so you've already got it out of your way, so that you don't need to have a proper date with her another day. Does that make sense? So it also like arms you. It's like you got extra bullets in your gun now. You know what I'm saying? You're not like the kind of guy that just has 2 bullets and you don't know when to fire. Now you have 6 bullets, and now you can take your shots wherever you want, okay? And so if you know that already maybe you don't vibe so good with a girl, then you might say, I'm not gonna, spend more energy on that girl. Like, let's leave it at the instant date that we had, that coffee, that drink we had. She seems like a headache. Okay, so on your end, you are equipped with more information and can then make a much more educated decision for yourself. Now, I broke it down for you. So even if you're autistic, you're inexperienced, you don't know what's going on, you don't know how to process this information, I've done it for you today. That's all I had to say in this video. If you like this video, like the goddamn video. I got a new light. Comment down below. Let me know if you can tell the difference on this light compared to my old light. So the lighting behind me is new. If you can't tell the difference, that's fine, because the old one broke, so it doesn't matter. Okay? If you aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And I see y'all, my playboys, in that next video. Peace.